Welcome back, Program here, and welcome back to Behind the White Creepest. And I am in a bit of a good mood today. You know why? Because if I've done this correctly, you should have a photo showing you right now. I finally found a way for me to quickly turn off my refrigerator. I got a remote control! Finally I can kill and revive my refrigerator at will! Hi, future program here. My euphoric boasting of finally getting a freaking remote for my fridge went on for a while, and I'm over it now. So I am a little bit embarrassed of how this actually made it into the intro. So let's skip the rest of this. Anyways, it's time to create a forgery. A smeltery or whatever. A forge. So one of these rooms is going to be it for that. So yeah, we'll see exactly which one. Either way, I'm going to have a lot of stuff built underground. Well, technically I'm already underground, but even under this layer here. So I'm just gonna store some of the stuff I'm going to use right here. Brought some things that could be of use. A lot of tanks. I think I still got a few things stored somewhere else, so... But yeah, this is a start. Yeah, I might need to harvest some more Groot, but yeah, as you might see, I have 3 smeltery controllers. That's because I plan on having 3 smelteries. Yeah, just to have a little bit of yeah, freedom of choice when it comes to that. Also, there's one more thing. If you just come with me for a little second. And here we are. So I was going to make a joke about how there was just a long awkward silence until I resumed recording. Since, you know, it was an instant for you, but for me it's been a while. Yeah, except this hasn't been it hasn't been an awkward silence. It was at first, but this is my third take. You see, yeah, I was reviewing my last recording of this, and I was just rambling on a bit too much, making the episodes too long, so... Anyways, as I explained in my previous 2 failed takes of this recording, this is Collision Noise and Big Jaffa's joint spawn base. Well, the basement of it anyway. And this is their automatic smeltery. So, yeah, it's a bit of a mess. You see a floating crafting station there. But they got a pretty good system, despite the chaos. And yeah, in the sense of creating a automatic smeltery or foundry or something, this is pretty much my closest competition. I mean, there's more of them in the server, but really, by actual coordinates, this is the closest, I think. I mean, yeah, pretty sure. So, let's have a quick look at how this system is put together. So, right here we have 2 clocks to run automatic printing of blocks and ingots. Right here, yeah. It's a pretty clever system, so I'm going to make something similar to this. However, I'm going to make a toggleable switch on the main floor of the smeltery, instead of their really manual system here, where we just have to manually activate the clock by redstone. By placing redstone. Ooh. They got a pretty practical set with minecarts here. So they got one minecart dumping in items here and going around in the circle until it's empty. And another to, fuel the automatic furnace. And of course a conveyor belt of hoppers here. So yeah, there's that. So, it's a pretty nice system. So I'm going to try to make something similar, but with my definition, better. And probably bigger. But yeah, as you can see, they just made one huge smeltery. I plan on making 3 of them. Somehow. Or maybe just make one big one. I'm not quite sure. Probably 3 ones. 3 of them. Because in case one clogs, I have 2 more. In case I really need one. So I'm gonna hop back into my base and do some digging for constructing my smeltery, which will be on some lower floors. And yeah, I will see you in a few moments. And here we are. So yeah, here's the first of the 3 smelteries. So this is what I would call the manual smeltery. Got only 2 liquid storage for the lava fuel, and got a good nice glass wall here so you can look inside, and only 3 drains. So it's just meant for small manual use when I need something done quickly. So got a tank, got a whatever this thing is called, casting table, and I got a casting basin right here. So better not. Alright, so with that done, you may have noticed the ladder and some holes. Of course, as I have mentioned, the other 2 is going to be built underground. Well, underground. So I'm going to come up with something down here, and the other 2 is going to be slightly bigger. Now, I don't think I have enough seared bricks for that, so I might need to go hunting for some more grout. But yeah, it's going to be built down here. Alright, I have set my transition spot here, so let's see what I come up with. I'll see you in a few moments. Well, I am starting to get something here. So, let's have a look. Okay, so I plan on having one very huge smelter right here. It's going to go good way up there, so I can have the smeltery controller on the upper floor. That is the ground floor, whatever we're gonna call it. You know what, I'm just gonna call it the ground floor. That will be the simplest. So gonna have the controller and the fuel here at the ground floor, so I don't really have to worry about that all that much. And yeah, gonna have a redstone clock that I can toggle on and off, which will pump liquids from the smelter here over to this tank over here. And from this tank, I'm thinking of building some drains for, well, just some containers. Simple enough. So that way I can just take out whatever liquids I need. On the other side, I'm thinking of putting up a foundry. And yeah, there'll be some foundry things over here as well. So I can just take out whatever I need that comes. On either this wall or this one, or maybe both, I'm going to have automatic ingots and maybe nuggets, and definitely blocks, automatic printing, casting. Yeah, of course I'm gonna find a way to toggle it off. Yeah, so that's the general plan. I have to dig a little bit here, finish constructing these two, and make sure this smelter here can pour into there. Actually, see they overlap a little bit there, and they can't really do that. What did I? Oh, right. I need to... There. Problem solved. Yeah. The mechanics are a bit stingy on that little detail there. They can share a wall for some reason. Actually, I haven't tested that fully out, but I have prototyped a little bit, so yeah. There's one irritating thing with working with this smelter here, with the creating a whole forgery here. It is that we don't have all the mods for the smeltery and the tinker's tools. We don't have the factory pipes, and we don't have those large I don't recall what it's called, but yeah, casting something that transports liquids over, yeah, half pipe, whatever you gonna call it. Yeah, there are many tools, many mods that just isn't included in this mod pack, which makes things a little bit more manual. But I'm sure it'll be fine anyways. But yeah, I've been rambling on for a bit too long, so yeah, I'm gonna continue working on the smeltery and yeah, smelter tank over here. So just gonna reuse this resistance spot, place myself right here, and I'll see you again in just a few moments. And I'm back, and this is take 3 of this recording. Yeah, I can never do things right the first time or second time, except those times I actually do. Alright. Yeah, the reason I'm doing this over again is because I'm checking the timer and it's just running. So I'm going to try to summarize a bit faster this time. Okay, so first off, here is the huge tank. I'm pretty sure that's going to compete with most of what's on the server. I think the biggest competitor is the one below Runton and Modern Gamers bases. They got a combined huge smeltery forge system there. So it's comparable, but yeah, I think it is, one alone is smaller. Yeah, since they got a lot of them, but roughly this size. This might be one of the biggest smelteries in the server, so yeah. Okay, so go for a few things. I got some manual drains here for manual forging, manual casting, and all that shit. So manual out draining on into portable tanks. Yeah. More over here. So I got plenty of opportunities to do stuff. And the tank needs some inputs, of course. Which, yeah. And this is something that you might not be aware. The biggest difference between a tank, a Tinker's furnace and smeltery, so that the furnaces and the tanks need a ceiling. And yeah, drain inputs are valid as part of the corner ceilings, which is really awesome, considering that I can just have drains on the side of the smelter like that, with faucets right into some drain inputs there. And yeah, things should, once I get to test the smeltery, it should work. And yeah, that brings me to this place. So if I can just find here's some iron. This is the secondary input for the tank. Just remove this and place in a tank with some iron. Press the button, and there it fills up. So if I really need to fill the tank with some metal, and I have a lot of tanks stored up in storage with a lot of nice little metals, I can just put them in, 5 at a time, press the buttons, and here we go. And I can just cast and force away. Yeah. So I'm gonna rig up a system where we just need to press a button and all these 4 faucets over here in the primary input will just pour at the same time. Hopefully just picking one metal at the same time. It would kind of suck if they mixed in different metals. So I'm gonna try to time them as best as I can. Alright, with that explained, yeah, so here is the ground floor. So you see I have opened up here so I can do some more work with the redstone I need to fix. Otherwise this is going to be completely filled up. Yeah, and here's the smeltery input. I can either input manually, like here, or I can just put things in this furnace. Which, yeah, it works. In fact, you can probably see the cobblestone if you just carefully look down here. There it is. So yeah, so I'm pretty sure this wouldn't be valid in either the furnace version or the tank version, since they count the corner blocks, but the smelter don't, so yay, free spot for, yeah, so I can have both the hopper and manual input. Nice. So yeah, after this I am planning on building one of those furnace variants. Gotta find no space for that. Yeah. They are smelting things a bit different, more similar to a regular furnace, but with a lot more items. Which might completely, at least partially, replace the need for machines like this. So I might keep this one, or I might make some better thing with some minecarts and conveyor belts and all that shit. Or, yeah, we'll see. Whatever I come up with. But yeah, with all that explained, I think I'm just gonna return here and, yeah, end this part of the episode. So, see you in a few moments. And hello and welcome to the end of part 1 of part 4. That's one way to say it. Okay, actually I think that's how I'm gonna edit it into the thumbnail, because yeah, I Yeah, so you remember my last episode when I talked about how I felt a bit pressed for time? Not exactly those words, but I felt pressure to get the episode done and just try to repair my buffer. Well, with this episode, I think I just got a really good opportunity to increase my buffer a little bit. Because this episode is a bit too long. Which means I need to split it in two. So, there we have the end of part 1 of hopefully 2 parts of part 4 of my new base project. Ay. Yeah, this is confusing. So yeah, you might wonder about these maple trees that I have here. Yeah, they are going to remain a minor mystery for what's left in this project, since that's probably not played yet. Yeah. So I'm hunting out for some trees for a very specific reason. But yeah, you'll see. I'm not going to go in there and show you, so yeah. So yeah, please like and subscribe and all that normal stuff. And please, I do welcome criticism, so if you got anything to say, please, the comment section is down there. And yeah, that's about it. So, for now, Kvagram out.